You feel the quake of its heavy footsteps before you see it. An owlbear, its beaked face looming out of the darkness.
Yup, that's me. Idaho Jones is my name, and, well, Potatomancer is my game. I bet you're wondering how a handsome son of a potato farmer like myself ended up in a situation like this. Let's take it from the top. Oh, hey, you know what? Maybe the top ain't the best place to do this. Let's skip forward a bit, shall we? Just a little bit further. Ooh, alright, you're nearly there. Yeah, I think that should just about do it. Man once ran a tater farm outside of Baldur's gate. When he got himself grabbed, wrapped up some kind of freight. Flying round Nautiloid, got a tadpole in his eye. Now he's hunting mind flares, gonna let potatoes fly. His name is Idaho Jones, and he throws potatoes. His name is Idaho Jones, and he throws potatoes. Well, I woke up on that beach feeling like I'd gotten a little too cozy with a bottle of potato vodka the night before. I didn't like it none. I especially didn't like the sight around me. I was a hells of a long way away from Jones' family tater farm. I didn't right know what was going on. All I knew is I had a mangled fisher in front of me. Had evidence of more of those squidlins causing problems. And well, as my old pappy used to tell me, when you got yourself a problem, you better throw a tater at it. Must have been fishing when those monsters came. Bad luck. You know, I hate to go digging through a dead man's pockets, but Potatomancer ain't no good without any potatoes. And I need to get my hands on some. So I made my way further along. I thought it might not be the safest idea to go it alone. Fortunately, I managed to find myself a couple of cowpokes who were willing to tag along.
Blasted door! What? Stop! Not another stepper out!
Well, she was a real firecracker. Called herself Heart of Darkness. Bit of a gruff gal, but at least her head looked like a tater.
These things are going to consume us from the inside and turn us into mind flayers.
The damn squidlin had gotten something into our heads. And we were going to have to team up and get a group together if we were going to survive. First we grabbed old Edward Cullen. Man knew how to peel a potato in 12 seconds flat.
A kindred spirit.
Pretty boy weren't too bright, but he loved him some taters.
I had a taste, and just like that, swept from one room to the next.
While Miss Lacey, well, she didn't take too kindly to them.
You again. Get rid of them.
One-Eyed Willie was indifferent to the tater issue, but he thinks he knows how to get the tadpoles out our eyes.
I've been waiting for this druid Halcyon to return. They say he's pretty powerful. He could probably help us.
Well, I didn't know nothing about no doodads, but I figured that if I could get my hands on a tater, I could at least defend ourselves against these squidlins.
Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
Bits and Bobs is right. Man calls himself a respectable merchant, and he ain't even got one single potato in his stock. So, I did what any man would do, slapped him across the face, and continued on my merry way. Luckily, I did find a merchant more inclined to our tastes.
Hold out your hand, mister. Let me show you something.
I decided to humor the lad, but then suddenly, right out before my very eyes, he summoned a tater. An expression of surprise colored my face. To support a fellow spudslinger? I bought his entire stock, of course. And it wasn't a moment too soon. Trouble had made its way to our little neck of the woods. But I was feeling a weakness in my very soul, as if this little squirmy wormy in my brain was muddling up all my potatomancy. Nonetheless, I reached into my pack, grabbed a nice fine russet, and lined up my shot. This old blue was going to be a problem, and, well, we know how to handle problems. I cracked him one right across the face. Still, I needed the help of my new friends to take them down. Sometimes it pays to have a bit of partnership. Moving along deeper into the interior of the Drudad Grove, we went to try and get a hold of this Halcyon guy, see if he could help us out. Old Halcyon was missing, but there was another lady.
I see you. Just give me a moment. Come, follow me. I might be able to help.
She wasn't.
I'm truly, truly sorry. For what it's worth, the poison is painless.
It wasn't. At that point, I knew this flim-flam lady must have been working with them dang squidlins. There's only one way to handle a squidlin friend, and it's a tater. Well, I was feeling rougher than a spudskin on Sunday after that. My great hold over the tater and all that it stands for was dwindling. I knew something had to be done, and I knew these squidlin were to blame. There was only one thing to do. We headed out from there to find this old Halcyon doodad. Wanted to see if he could actually heal us. Maybe getting this squidlin out of my head would bring my potatomancy back into full force. Checked high and low through every nook and cranny this side of Daggerford. Couldn't find hide nor hair of the man. Well, eventually we made our way into a big old cavern. The interior was dark and moist, perfect for growing a potato, but not so perfect when you're looking for a duty healer. We were just about to give up, and then suddenly...
You feel the quake of its heavy footsteps before you see it. An owlbear, its beaked face looming out of the darkness.
We made it back to the beginning. This is where we were. Okay, now that we're all caught up, let's see how it went. That howly bear was meaner than a hungry vole. Pretty big, too, so I decided to scream at it.
The beast returns the roar in kind.
I'll tell you, it didn't like that too much. Turned out it was protecting one of its younglings. I had old Lazy run in there. She said not to worry, she would have the whole situation handled lickety-split. Issue was, this here owlbear was tougher than a Waterdavian street urchin and hit damn near 4 times as hard. Pretty boy didn't quite know what to do. He's got a good face to look at, but he's a bit of a yellow belly. Fortunately, I had Lazy on my side. She's a real hard worker. Okay, well, hard worker. Maybe not the best worker. Still got a ways to go, though, but, I'm working on her. I think she just needs a bit more starch in her diet. It was all up to me, it seems. But this damn squidlin sickness was still getting to me. Couldn't get a good shot. So I had to rely on a different element of potatomancy and line up my tater. Terror struck as the beast leapt all nimbly-bimbly right at me. But fortunately, he just wanted some Pretty Boy. Poor fellow went down like a sack of potatoes. With my shot all lined up and Pretty Boy lying dead on the ground, I threw it square at the beast's eyeball. Solid shot. Somehow, it was able to resist the alluring power of the spud. Naturally, I then had to rely on the strong arm of Heart of Darkness. Not only that, she was able to bring Pretty Boy back from the brink of destruction itself.
Take your...
Well, I tell you, the beast didn't like that too much, and it took Lazy down with 2 quick swipes of the paw. Birdie was looking lumpier than a pile of breakfast hash. I could not miss my next shot. So I'd use the more subtle arts of my craft to make sure that wouldn't happen. Miss Heart of Darkness, well, she put her heart and spud into that fight. But even she couldn't break ground against the fury of the beast. A smile came across Pretty Boy's face. His time had come, and he knew that if he could line up a good shot, he could save the day. He really dropped the coin purse on that one. Anyway, he ended up dying to a baby. So that's great. His palpable failure left me staring beak to beak as death surrounded me on all sides. A cold sweat came across my brow, and my vision blurred as something arose before me. I heard a voice.
Chosen, let me come to you. I can help you.
What in tarnation?
You frown in your sleep.
Where am I?
There must be so much on your mind.
Are you me?
Her fingers are warm against your cheek, softer than expected. You think that you're sick,
I am.
that you're dying.
Am I not? It feels that way.
Are you afraid? We wouldn't be here like this if it weren't destiny.
Destiny. You've given me a lot to think about, Tater Angel. Wait a minute. Where'd you go? What in the hell? Oh, son of a spud! Sorry about that. You startled me, little missy.
Come now. I'll make you feel better.
Ooh, that tickles a bit.
Let yourself go. Lean back. I do have a parting gift.
I'm a bit confused. My vision rushed back to me. The beast. My dead cowpokes. And a single, glowing potato of destiny in my hand. Thank you, Tater Angel. The shot was mine. I had lined it up, and not even the fury in the beast's eyes could dissuade me from my ultimate goal. This was my last chance to fight the sickness inside me and come out on top. I'm back, baby.
My word, you did it! Oh, it's good to be alive.
You brought me back to life, and for that I am in your debt. But we're surrounded by danger. It could happen again.
Like it or not, Pretty Boy's right. Them squidlins shoved those tadpoles in our heads, and, well, we ain't an inch nor a mile closer to finding that doodad Halcyon to get him out. We got a long road ahead of us, and I'm gonna need every potato I can get. His name is Idaho Jones, Potatomancer, slinging spuds all over Baldur's Gate. His name is Idaho Jones, Potatomancer, and illithids are something that he hates. Well, illithids are something that he